A new story is coming to the galaxy far, far away. Star Wars Zero Company, an upcoming tactical RPG blending both storytelling and consequence driven gameplay. Here is everything you need to know from the story, the gameplay, the morality systems, and the comparisons to XCOM, another favored RPG game. So, what is Star Wars Zero Company? Star Wars Zero Company is a single player, turn based tactics game set in the final days of the Clone Wars. Developed by Bit Reactor and published by Respawn and Lucas Games, responsible for stuff like Jedi Survivor. The game is targeting a 2026 release on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X/S. You play as Hawks, a disgraced clone officer brought back into the fold to lead a specialized squad known as only as Zero Company. Unlike other units in the Grand Army of the Republic, this team doesn't play by the rules. They're misfits, mercenaries, and ghosts, called in when no one else can get the job done. So what are the comparisons to XCOM? Well, they feature the standard mechanics, cover systems, and flanking bonuses, as well as each squad mate being a unique class that you can customize and upload onto the battlefield. For example, using a Jedi's force push to expose enemies, or a clone sniper's long range shot. These are the kind of combinations you can do. You can even do like 5 astromechs. So this is actually set in the Star Wars period of the Clone Wars. So all the characters that have with the expected arcs like Anakin and Obi-Wan is very much something you could expect to see. Ahsoka even, Ventress, Count Dooku, these kind of fights. Darth Maul perhaps. So quite a wide range of like characters to draw from are there for you to take. Now, what missions could I imagine? Obviously, perhaps Order 66, your clone trooper people betray you, right? So, all the upgrades, all the weapon upgrades you put on them, now you have to face them in combat as like a miniature boss battle. And like I mentioned, like maybe you're trying to infiltrate Count Dooku and fight him until forces arrive, just spitballing ideas. We shouldn't just assume that these 5 characters will be all that we're able to play as. Perhaps we'll take control of characters who we can't necessarily customize or upgrade, but are very powerful to the story. So, characters like Yoda, Mace Windu leading his squadron. If we're doing a bit of a job for Count Dooku playing both sides, we'll have to wait and see. There most likely will be like a tech tree based on your morality decisions. So, for example, obviously with a Jedi, Force lightning if you turn evil, but perhaps maybe if you go to the dark side with like a bounty hunter, maybe you'll get access to a fire spray on some bad archery stuff, or more specialized clone trooper augmentations. The dark side sounds very cool, but we can obviously see the implications of a good side advantages of being diplomatic and non-violent solutions. Instead of having to waste all your HP and take a fight that's unnecessary, you could turn a violent boss battle into a recruit opportunity. And maybe light side could give you access to stuff like hacking or exclusive gear and like painting skins. And there will be characters inside the game that are gonna hate you or like you based on your actions. So, me personally, I would not imagine wanting to verse my fully upgraded Jedi when I'm holding blasters because I wanted to get some extra credits. A genre like this of being an RPG where it's turn based and stuff is very foreign in this modern time. so it's completely a breath of fresh air. If we compare it to other releases, we got GTA 6 coming up, Mario Kart is the hot one, Star Wars Battlefront is the hot one. So I think it'd be very interesting to see the Star Wars community react to a slower paced game with good story, because Respawn did well with Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, with Cal Kestis surviving Order 66, and now they get to use that knowledge and create a story before Order 66. Very much so looking forward to playing this on a big screen. And because it's turn-based, it's not going to mess with your DPI or something, which would mess with it if you were playing a shooting game. But hopefully, if this could be a massive game for the Star Wars universe, if the gameplay is good, the story is good, and the DLC is plentiful, this is going to be a big one for us. So what could be the factions in this game that you could either fight for or betray? Let's talk about the biggest hitters, which are kind of obvious. The Grand Army of the Republic. Quite obvious, they're the ones with all the money, all the power, and making the great decisions. Another one is the Jedi Order, obviously symbols of the Republic's strength. Then we have the Separatist Alliance, lots of droid armies. On that note, maybe you'll get like special droid weapons or like anti-droid weapons and grenades and hacking. And then you have neutral / gray area factions, so stuff like Scum and Order, like Scum and Villainy type factions. So you got Underworld, smuggers, slavers, spice traffickers. Really, like perhaps very much so side missions that give you powerful rewards. And the last one, which is very potent, is the Sith factions. These are the type of faction that can motivate you to join the dark side, to get new powers and stuff, to go through a very extremely different route. So what is the general game plan for the story? It's set during the later stages of the Clone Wars. Zero Company operates in the shadows of major galactic battles. While the 501st Squadron is storming Coruscant, your team is in the trenches, facing off against the Separatist outposts, corrupt Republic generals, and moral decay from within. You'll go beyond the battlefield. Decisions off the field matter. Do you follow orders blindly or protect innocents, even when it's against Republic command? This is where things get interesting. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell me, are you going to go light side or dark side? I have a habit where I always pick light on my first go, so I want to spice things up by going dark this time. Let me know in the comments.